What's up, YouTube? We have been literally destroying the sports books over the past 6 weeks in the NFL. Indeed, we have posted a great 51-36 record against the spread, a 59% winning rate. In fact, we have not undergone a losing week in any of those 6 weeks. The weekly NFL lobster bets have also been on fire. This is what I believe is the best wager each week. Across the past 8 lobster selections, we have accumulated 6 wins and 2 losses. Would you like to be among our savvy sports investors getting exclusive access to the NFL lobster bet for week 10? It's time to sign up now, and the pick comes with a money-back guarantee, which hasn't been necessary more often than not. Follow the link in the comments below so that we grow our bankrolls together, alright? Without further ado, let me provide 4 free picks for week 10 in the NFL. Unlike prior weeks where I share the pick on every single game, I'd like to have more time with my family for our last few days here in Aruba. So that's why I have fewer plays this week. But don't worry, I will be back to my normal schedule next week. Let's dive into the picks right now. In the great New England versus Tampa Bay matchup, I am betting the Bucs minus 2.5. Todd Bowles' team will be fresh coming off its bye week. They've had ample time to game plan against a very improved Patriots club. In recent years, favorites coming off their bye week have turned out to be great bets, so I will bank on this trend to continue. Both teams are very good at defending the run. As a matter of fact, the Pats are 3rd, while the Bucs are 6th in the NFL in terms of yards per carry average allowed to their opponents. That means both teams are likely to be forced to throw the ball pretty often. That may not be good news for New England. Why? Because Drake May owns an awful 1-9 record when throwing 30 passes or more in his career. Teams that have faced Tampa have had to exceed that threshold more often than not, so that's a likely scenario here. Tampa's defense has been stingier in recent times, and in my humble opinion, they may be underrated right now. Did you know that they occupy the 3rd spot in terms of opponent EPA per play this season? Yet, most people view them as an average unit since they are 15th in the NFL, both in terms of points and yards allowed per match. In the past few weeks, the Bucs have squandered just 3 points to the Saints, 24 to the Lions, which is not too bad at all, and 19 to the 49ers. They could limit the damage against Drake May and company this weekend. The Bucs seem quite likely to get Bucky Irving back on the field, which is fantastic news. The second-year tailback is very explosive, and he is a vital part of this offense. It is also possible that Chris Godwin returns to action, but that's not certain yet. Even if he is out, I like what I've seen out of Tez Johnson. And, of course, the team already has Emeka Egbuka, who's been superb so far in his rookie year. For all of these reasons, I am backing the Bucs laying 2.5 points at home against the Patriots. Drake May has been great, but he is still young, and this won't be an easy matchup against a well-rested Tampa team. If you have been following me for many years, you have certainly heard me talk about the following NFL betting angle. Betting West Coast teams facing East Coast teams during late primetime games. The numbers show that this strategy works very well, and the logic stems from science. Apparently, peak athletic performance occurs in the late afternoon or early evening. So, when a game starts around 8 p.m. Eastern Time, that corresponds to 5 p.m. body clock for teams coming from the West Coast, which is ideal for them. By following this logic, we should be taking the Chargers over the Steelers. However, I will do a rare exception. I am betting Pittsburgh plus 3 points at SoFi Stadium on Sunday night. Yes, I know that Mike Tomlin's squad is 0-5 in primetime games during the past 12 months. I also know that they have given up the most passing yards this year while facing Justin Herbert this week. Still, I am supporting the Steelers in this AFC matchup. Joe Alt is done for the year, which means the Chargers are now without their two starting tackles on the offensive line. They lost Slater earlier. And their new right tackle, Bobby Hart, seems on track to miss this week's game as well. To top it all off, we're talking about an OL that was already allowing the highest pressure rate per drop back in the league at 26.5%. And they are about to face the Steelers defense that has recorded the fourth most sacks in the NFL. That sounds like dreadful news for Justin Herbert. I agree that he is an elite QB, but he may get eaten alive on Sunday night. We have witnessed great and ugly performances by the Steelers defense this year. They gave up 32 points to a weak Jets offense. They also let Joe Flacco put up 342 passing yards against them. But they also forced 5 turnovers against the Patriots and 6 against the Colts. Given the high amount of pressure they are likely to get on Herbert, I could see them racking up multiple takeaways in this contest. These numbers are likely to surprise you, but Aaron Rodgers owns the 9th best passer rating this year compared to spot number 15 for Herbert. Now, LA's signal caller will be playing behind a suspect OL, and they are missing their top 2 running backs. As we all know, SoFi Stadium won't provide any home field advantage whatsoever to the Chargers this week. Pittsburgh fans are likely to storm the field with terrible towels and a lot of noise. So, ultimately, I have decided to side with the Steelers to cover the 3-point spread in LA against the Chargers. We have a great NFC West battle featuring the Rams traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. In this matchup, I am betting Los Angeles minus 3.5. First of all, we have the famous revenge factor favoring LA strongly here. Sean McVay's players remember vividly being the victim of a pretty big upset on Thursday night of Week 5. In that game, the Niners prevailed 26-23 in overtime, despite Mac Jones playing on one leg and missing George Kittle, Nick Bosa, and their top 3 wide receivers. I still cannot believe that the Rams lost this match. Now they will make sure it doesn't happen again. Did you know that the Rams are the only NFL team ranking inside the top 6, both in terms of EPA per play and opponent EPA per play? In other words, both their offense and their defense are very strong. Meanwhile, San Francisco ranks 22nd in opponent EPA per play. Their defense has been quite vulnerable, and they just keep getting more and more depleted by injuries. The latest blow came from losing rookie defensive end Mikael Williams to a torn ACL. Now, will Brock Purdy return? How about Ricky Pearsall? It's hard to tell based on the latest info I've got on Wednesday morning. I don't think it would change my mind anyway. Matthew Stafford has the 6th best passer rating in the NFL during the 2025 campaign. Meanwhile, Mac Jones, despite its valiant effort, ranks 18th with 10 TDs and 5 interceptions. The Niners also had quite a bit of traveling to do recently. In fact, they went to Houston a couple of weeks ago before heading to New York to face the Giants last week. That won't help them. Given the arguments I just presented to you, I have to go with the Rams minus 3.5 points at Levi's Stadium this weekend. When will the betting public realize that the Seahawks are for real? Their point differential of plus 81 is the 3rd best in the NFL. They are also the best team in the league according to the DVOA statistic. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are not that good, both on offense and defense. Who will be under center? Jacoby Brissett or Kyler Murray? The team has looked better with Brissett at the helm so far. But he could falter against a very stingy Seahawks defense. I believe Seattle will win big, which is why my official pick in this game is to opt for the Seahawks -6. Sam Darnold has posted the third best passer rating in the NFL this season. The team acquired Rashid Shaheed from the Saints this week, which is great news for them because they did not have a lot of good weapons supporting Jackson Smith and Jiba at the wide receiver position. The Cardinals also lose one day of rest and preparation after playing last Monday night. And it is worth noting that Seattle is 6-1-1 ATS in their past 8 meetings with Arizona. So I suggest rolling with the Seahawks -6 points against their division rivals from the desert. Have you been profiting from the 2025 NFL season so far? If so, I'm thrilled for you. Good job, my friend. If not, don't worry. I have a good solution for you. Jump on the LOBSTER bet train right now to boost your bankroll. Since I started offering my best wager of the week on sides or totals in the NFL, last year in week 14, we have racked up a 13-6 record. Each week, I analyze all games in great detail and I use my mathematical models to help me defeat the sportsbooks. Those tools have helped me to earn more than $1 million with my sports bets, as told by numerous media outlets. Just follow the link below in the comments section to learn what my favorite bet is for week 10. Each week, we have between 55 and 125 subscribers to this high-confidence betting tip. I'm Professor MJ, currently in Aruba for a few more days before my family and I go back home in the cold of Quebec City in Canada. That is sad news, but at least we get to see our 2 lovely golden retrievers again, so we're excited about that. I'm very thankful that you took some time out of your day to watch this video. Thank you very much, my friend. Let's boost your bankroll together.